How Aristotle's philosophy can make you rich, 5 timeless wealth principles. Ever noticed how some people seem to have a financial golden touch while the rest of us are over here trying to make sense of our credit card statements? Look, we all know success isn't just about grinding harder, it's about being smarter with your time and energy. And honestly, who understood this better than Aristotle? Yes, that ancient Greek dude with the beard actually knew a thing or two about getting rich. Today, I'm breaking down Aristotle's 5 wealth principles that might just revolutionize how you think about money. These aren't just dusty old ideas, they're the same wisdom that guided history's most powerful leaders to greatness. So grab your coffee, silence those notifications, and let's see what a 2,300-year-old philosopher can teach us about making bank in today's world. Why Aristotle's philosophy matters for building wealth. Let's be real, when most people think financial advice, an ancient Greek philosopher isn't exactly the first name that comes to mind. But Aristotle wasn't your typical head-in-the-clouds thinker. The man was ridiculously practical, and his ideas about how to live well are just as relevant now as they were when people wore togas unironically. While everyone else is obsessing over the latest get-rich-quick scheme or cryptocurrency, Aristotle's approach hits different. He taught that real wealth starts from within. It's about building character, making smart choices, and living according to solid principles. Master these inner qualities, and money tends to follow naturally. Wild concept, I know. In Aristotle's world, there are no shortcuts to wealth. You won't find him pushing a 3 easy payments plan or sliding into your DMs with investment opportunities. His path is about becoming the best version of yourself, what he called arete or excellence. Turns out, excellence pays pretty well. Stay with me till the end because there's something here you need to hear. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe for more philosophy-based practical insights on mindset, wealth building, and personal development. Okay, now let's dive into what Aristotle would tell you if he were your financial advisor today, minus the toga, hopefully. Principle 1. Pursue virtue over wealth. I know what you're thinking. Great, a philosophy lecture instead of financial advice. But hear me out. Aristotle believed that living virtuously actually leads to wealth. Plot twist, right? It happens because being a person of principle builds trust, credibility, and resilience, exactly what you need to attract and keep money. Focus on character development. According to Aristotle, building solid character isn't just for Boy Scouts, it's your most important financial move. When you become someone with integrity, discipline, and courage, opportunities practically hunt you down. Look at Warren Buffett. Sure, he's brilliant with numbers, but people trust him with billions because he doesn't come across as someone who'd sell his grandmother for a profit margin. That reputation? Priceless. Excellence leads to recognition. Aristotle was obsessed with arete, striving for excellence in everything. In today's terms, be ridiculously good at what you do. Steve Jobs didn't just make computers, he made them so beautiful people would stand in line for days just to buy one. He built excellence into Apple's DNA, and now they're worth more than some countries. Excellence isn't just a nice idea, it's a money magnet. Integrity builds long-term success. Yes, some sketchy characters get rich quick through questionable means. But wealth built on lies has the structural integrity of a house of cards. Remember Enron? Biggest thing in business one day, absolute dumpster fire the next. Meanwhile, companies like Patagonia keep thriving decade after decade because they stick to their values even when it costs them money up front. Virtue attracts opportunity. People are naturally drawn to those who aren't trying to scam them. Shocking, I know. Look at Oprah. She built an empire because millions of people trust her judgment. When you live with integrity, doors open that most people don't even know exist. Happiness is wealth. Aristotle insisted that true wealth isn't about having a massive bank account, it's about living a fulfilled life. And here's the kicker, people who chase meaning instead of just money often end up with both. Blake Mycoskie started Tom's Shoes as a way to help people, not just to make money. Now he's got both purpose and profit. Not a bad deal. But wait, there's more. Let's see what else old Aristotle has up his philosophical sleeve. Principle 2. Cultivate practical wisdom, phronesis. Aristotle had this concept called phronesis, practical wisdom. It's not about being book smart or having a fancy degree. It's about making consistently good decisions in the real world. And honestly, what's more valuable for building wealth than that? Learn from experience. Practical wisdom isn't something you're born with, it's built through experience, often painful ones. Take Ray Dalio, who runs one of the world's largest hedge funds. The guy lost everything early in his career and now he's worth billions. Why? Because he turned every failure into a lesson. As I like to say, experience is what you get right after you needed it. Adaptability is key. The world changes faster than most of us change our passwords. Remember Netflix? They started by mailing DVDs to people. Wild, right? But when streaming became a thing, they pivoted instead of clinging to their original model like a toddler with a security blanket. Now they're cultural kingmakers while Blockbuster is, well, a cautionary tale. Aristotle would call that phronesis in action. Balance emotion and logic. Aristotle warned against extremes, and nowhere is this more important than with money. Making purely emotional financial decisions is about as wise as texting your ex at 2 a.m. But being coldly logical ignores the human element of business. Look at Elon Musk, the guy combines moonshot dreams with engineering precision. Love him or hate him, that balance has made him one of the richest people on the planet. Foresee consequences. Wise people look ahead. Before Jeff Bezos launched Amazon, he actually made a list of what he'd regret more, trying and failing, or never trying at all. That's next level thinking, weighing future possibilities before acting. Spoiler alert, he decided he'd regret not trying, and now he can afford to build rocket ships for fun. Act deliberately. Knowing what to do is only half the battle, you have to actually do it. Howard Schultz didn't just dream about bringing Italian coffee culture to America, he built Starbucks store by meticulous store. That kind of deliberate action separates the dreamers from the doers. Practical wisdom is like your financial GPS, it helps you avoid expensive detours and find the most direct path to wealth. Principle 3, master the art of deliberate practice. According to Aristotle, excellence doesn't come from occasionally doing something when you feel like it. It comes from focused, intentional practice over time. It's not about putting in mindless hours, it's about strategic improvement. Identify weaknesses. Just like Aristotle believed in spotting your character flaws to improve virtue, wealth building means getting brutally honest about what you suck at. Tiger Woods was already the best golfer in the world when he decided to completely rebuild his swing. That's like being at the top of Mount Everest and saying, you know what? I think I'll climb this differently. That mindset is why he dominated for so long. Set clear goals. Aristotle wasn't big on aimless wandering. Without clear goals, you're just financially lost. Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, set one crystal clear goal: make uncomfortable undergarments a thing of the past. Despite door after door slamming in her face, she stayed focused. Now she's a billionaire who literally made her fortune by making women more comfortable. That's what I call a clear mission. Pursue constant improvement. Aristotle believed excellence was a habit, not a one-time achievement. Kobe Bryant was famous for showing up hours before practice to work on his game, and this was after winning championships. In business, Bill Gates reads about 50 books a year despite being one of the richest people alive. Excellence isn't a destination, it's a daily choice that compounds over time. Principle 4, build meaningful relationships. Aristotle knew humans are social creatures, and that true wealth includes rich relationships. Your network can dramatically impact your financial future, for better or worse. Collaborate with others. Partnering with people who share your values can multiply your impact exponentially. Google wasn't built by Larry Page or Sergey Brin, it was built by Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Together, they created something neither could have built alone. Find your people, and magic happens. Leverage social capital. Your relationships can open doors that money simply can't. Reid Hoffman, who created LinkedIn, famously said, "Your network is your net worth." He didn't just say it, he built an entire platform around the concept. Strong relationships lead to opportunities, partnerships, and insider information that can change your financial trajectory overnight. Principle 5, embrace continuous learning. Aristotle was the original lifelong learner. He believed education wasn't something that ended when you got your diploma, it was a continuous journey. And in today's rapidly changing world, continuous learning isn't just nice, it's necessary for survival. Stay curious. Warren Buffett, who could literally spend his days doing anything he wants, reads 5 to 6 hours daily. The man treats knowledge like a compound interest account, constantly making deposits. Meanwhile, most of us can barely finish a book without checking our phones 37 times. What do you think makes the difference in results? Adapt to change. The world changes whether you like it or not. Kodak actually invented digital photography but refused to embrace it because they were making too much money on film. We all know how that story ended. Meanwhile, Apple continuously reinvents itself, evolving from computers to music players to phones to watches. Learning isn't just about growth, sometimes it's about survival. Congratulations on making it this far. Well, who would have thought a philosopher from 2,300 years ago would have the keys to financial success in today's world? Aristotle's principles aren't just ancient wisdom, they're a practical roadmap to building sustainable wealth and a life worth living. Imagine applying these concepts consistently, making wise decisions, pursuing excellence in your work, building a powerful network, and never stopping your education. That's not just a wealth strategy, it's a whole life upgrade. But here's the thing, knowing these principles means absolutely nothing if you don't apply them. Wisdom without action is like having a winning lottery ticket you never cash in. If you found this video helpful and want to dive deeper into applying these principles to your financial life, click the links in the description. And before you go back to scrolling through cat videos, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and check out the next video popping up on your screen. It's packed with more game-changing insights to help you level up your life and finances. See you there.